Yeah.
I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason. Because black people couldn't get into colleges. Because women could not get into the colleges they wanted to go to. This is all women. Yeah. See, this is not black, Asian women. This is all women. Women were not invited to this party. It was a man's world, and we busted our asses to make sure that this was a person's world. So please stop using that phrase and talking about, because you don't understand what you're saying. You're saying about yourself that, you know, hey, that's a terrible thing to be. It's not a terrible thing to be. That's why we fought. That's what we were fighting for, so that you could stand in that podium.
Hey there, my fabulous drama detectives. It's your girl Ava, back with the juiciest scoop. Grab your popcorn, lovies, because today's tea is piping hot and ready to spill. We're talking about The View. You know, that daytime disaster of a talk show, getting hit with an $800 million lawsuit by White House stunner Karoline Leavitt. Yes, babes, you heard that right. $800 million. This ain't just a scandal. It's the biggest daytime TV smackdown we've ever seen. And I'm here to dish it all. Buckle up, because Tinseltown's about to get messy, and mama's got the receipts. Slam that subscribe button right now, because you're not going to want to miss a single drop of this chaos.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help, because voters
So how did this whole mess even start? Picture this. Karoline Leavitt, the young, fierce, unapologetically conservative new press secretary, steps into the spotlight and the media sharks start circling. But it's The View, yes, Whoopi, Joy, and Sunny who decide to take a big old bite. These ladies went full savage on Karoline, and oh honey, it backfired hard. We've got Karoline on one side, a rising star who's got the White House buzzing, and on the other, The View's loudmouth queens who've built their empire on snark. The stakes, Karoline's reputation, and maybe the end of The View as we know it. So tell me, babes, did The View bite off more than they can chew, or is Karoline just playing the victim card? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear it all.
I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time.
That was so good. So good. In a statement afterwards, this young lady claimed her, quote, on-air snub proves that you know who will not be treated fairly in the upcoming debate. Now, do you think this is going to make people doubt whether CNN can stay objective, or is this more the same of, everybody's against me, it's all rigged, I tell you. Is everything rigged?
No, it's their MO. That's what they do. Rachel Maddow said last week, she's like, if the election is lost, it was rigged. If there's a debate, then the moderators are...
Here's where the tea gets scalding, lovies. Word on the street, and by street I mean some very chatty insiders, is that The View's latest smear fest has landed them in an $800 million legal nightmare, all thanks to Karoline Leavitt. Apparently, the host went too far, slinging mud about her career, her looks, and her whole dang existence. And Karoline, she didn't just cry about it. She sued their butts off. We're talking defamation, slander, the works. This could tank The View for good, babes. Financial wipeout, kaput, finito. The mouse ears over at ABC are shaking in their boots because those claws are out. Can you even imagine Whoopi and Joy sweating this one out? Oh, it's delicious.
Well, you know, listen. If you don't have anything to say, You blab. You just go on and 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 Right. That's what you hear.
Yeah.
When they don't have anything to hold you with, nothing to make you think about what they have to say, they talk at you, not to you. And that's what she was doing. And she was doing it, and it's not new.
Mm-hmm. No.
But everybody's hip to you all now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we are anticipating that you are not prepared. Because you keep saying you going and you preparing when you're on the trail.
Let's rewind the tape, shall we? Once upon a time, Karoline Leavitt was just a fresh face climbing the political ladder. Smart, bold, and not afraid to ruffle some feathers. She lands the White House press secretary gig, and suddenly, she's not just a player, she's running the game. Meanwhile, over at The View, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin have been throwing shade at anyone who doesn't sip their woke Kool-Aid for years. These ladies built a dynasty on drama, but this time, they picked the wrong fight. Tension's been brewing ever since Karoline stepped up and The View couldn't resist taking a swing. Oh, and side note, while I was jamming to some Heart the other day, I thought, Ava, this showdown's got more sparks than a rock concert. But wait, there's more. Whispers say Joy's been extra salty lately. Could this be personal?
Can't allow on this show to have things said that we know for a fact are not true.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty, because this is where it goes off. The View didn't just shade Karoline. They went full demolition mode. Joy Behar smirked and said Karoline's only there because tank, excuse me, reducing a boss lady to her looks. Then Whoopi jumps in, claiming Karoline wouldn't even have a job without wokeness. Oh, the irony. And Sunny, she called it all privilege, like Karoline didn't grind for this. Rude much? But here's the kicker. Karoline didn't just tweet a comeback. She dropped an $800 million lawsuit bomb. Her legal team's like, y'all crossed the line from opinions to lies, and we've got receipts. The View scrambling babes, legal chaos, panic mode, the works. Rumors are flying. They might even axe the show if this gets uglier. I'm shook, aren't you?
You saw live on this program yesterday. Joy Behar stirring the pot of controversy after saying this about Karoline.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Do you want to take this?
So, you cannot be attractive and smart? I will try to give Joy the benefit of, oh, thank you. I try to give Joy the benefit of the doubt that she didn't see that briefing. Because if you saw that yesterday on numerous topics, no big binder, I think she might have had a different impression of this young woman who held her own.
I mean, you would have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she did absolutely no research or reading about anything dealing with Karoline Leavitt before she made that remark. Because Karoline Leavitt worked, she went to St. Anselm College, she worked for WMUR
Ran
TV.
for Congress?
In New Hampshire, she ran for Congress at the age of 25, put out a very good campaign. She lost by 8 or 9 points, but she still put on a good campaign. Then she was the press secretary for the Trump campaign, going on TV literally every day.
Well, heavily pregnant and a new mom.
Pregnant. Yeah, she's a new mother. And then she goes out yesterday and gives and this, again, this is speaking very objectively, because I've watched every press secretary since going back to Marlon Fitzwater. Yeah, I'm that old. And she went out there for her very first briefing at the age of 27 years old, the youngest press secretary ever, and did a terrific job of
This drama's cracking more than just The View's ego lovies. Karoline's Golden Girl vibe, it's taking a hit. She's gone from press room queen to lawsuit warrior, and not everyone's here for it. Meanwhile, The View's hosts are ghosting. Radio silence from Whoopi, Joy, and Sunny. Suspicious, right? No sassy clapbacks, no smug rants, just cricket. Fans are split down the middle too. Half are screaming, protect Karoline at all costs, while the other half's like, The View's just keeping it real. It's a fandom war zone out there, and I'm living for the mess. What's your take, babes? Team Karoline or Team View? Spill it.
To add one last thing, what was interesting to me is Dan Rather weighed in on X, and he said,
He compared our time now to the Nixon era, which was a little scary for me. But he said, enough with both sides-ism. When one side lies intentionally and repeatedly, they are no longer entitled to the benefit of the doubt.
And we should keep in mind, too, that the people that need to hear this are the people who are running the networks that are okaying this. Because this idea, it's like they say to you now, you can only work within this perimeter. But if the facts are not clear to people, that was what a journalist was there to do, to say, in fact, this is what went on and this is how we checked. Now, we've been given doubts that people don't know how to do this. The media has pretty much always been.
Okay, let's talk big picture. What happens to The View if this lawsuit sticks? Can it survive without its loudmouth queens or without a paycheck? Some say ABC might pull the plug if sponsors bail, and trust me, they're wobbling. But Karoline's fans, they're ride or die, ready to storm social media if she gets railroaded. Imagine the hashtag chaos, babes, cancel The View. It'd be a bloodbath, babes. So, I'm asking you, should Karoline keep swinging? Or is it time for The View to bow out? Team Karoline forever or fresh blood needed? Hit me with your hot takes below. I'm dying to know.
To each side. And now when we've gone to this place where you only hear this, see, we have to tell you both sides. That's why Alyssa's here, that's why Anna's here, because we don't all think the same way. And it's like you all don't think the same way, so you want to hear what other people say. But when they're lying, we can't have it. We can't allow on this show to have things said that we know for a fact are not true. That's what it used to be. That's what it needs to go back to be, and that's where y'all come in. It's okay to feel how you feel, but demand the truth. Demand folks fact check what they're telling you, because what they're telling you is important.
This ain't just The View's problem. It's shaking up all of Hollywood, babes. Studios are side-eyeing talk shows now, wondering who's next on the lawsuit chopping block. ABC's sweating bullets, losing sponsors left and right, and insiders say other networks are taking notes. Karoline's lawsuit might just rewrite the rules for media smackdowns. Ooh, and get this wild card. Who's gonna own The View's legacy if it crashes and burns? Could someone swoop in and reboot it? Meanwhile, Joy and Whoopi's reps are toast. Years of untouchable status, poof, gone. This could change the game for every loudmouth host out there. Hollywood's holding its breath, and I'm here for every gasp.
Most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
Woo, what a ride, right? Let's recap the chaos. The View trashed Karoline Leavitt. She clapped back with an $800 million lawsuit. And now Whoopi, Joy, and ABC are drowning in their own mess. Wild. So, I've got some burning questions for you, lovies. Is Karoline overreacting, or does The View deserve this smackdown? Can she bounce back as the White House darling? Hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and drop your juiciest theories below. Stay messy with me, babes. Oh, and this ain't over, Nick's bombshell. I'll be back with more dirt, so stick around. You won't believe what's coming next.